Hello, my name is Nicola and welcome back to my channel. I blog over at thefrugalcottage.com all about budgeting, money saving and investing and lots of things in between. Today's video is all about what I spent this week during our no spend year. Don't forget to like and subscribe and let's get started. So I have my trusty budget planner there. If you've watched my videos before, you will know that this is the system I use. I'm very much a pen and paper person when it comes to our budget. I like the physical aspect of writing stuff out. I also think it makes it much more obvious what you're spending and where it goes, so that's why that is. And as always, this planner is available to download on my site. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link below. But let's have a look. So, just turn to the first page. I've not put anything in sinking funds this month yet. I keep umming and ahhing what to do about these. And I think I might do, I've already done one video about sinking funds and the ones I have, but I think I might do about how I feel about the constant saving of money in different pots. And I think that all relates to the kind of the just general state of affairs at the moment, I think. But I'll do another video about that. But at the moment, as it stands, I've not added anything to my sinking funds as of yet. That's why that page is blank. So first one, so my no spend day tracker, it's not looking as good as I'd hoped, I'm not going to lie. So I've only had 8 no spend days this month so far and it is currently the 14th. Tomorrow will also be a spend day because I do our food shop and stuff on a Sunday ready for the week ahead. I'll explain in a minute why it wasn't a no spend day as it was intended, but it's a really valid reason and I'm more than happy to explain that and not justify it but kind of just say why that is. The next week, I don't think we've got much on. I think it depends, I say this every time, isn't it? I guess it depends on the weather. I'm hoping for a fairly quiet week next week. Work is quite busy at the moment with kind of deadlines and things and yeah, just it'd be nice just to have a bit of a chill if possible. So turning over, so this is my expense tracker for the month so far. As you can see, I colour code my categories. That's so that when you look at that you can immediately see which categories I'm spending more in, perhaps maybe more than I should. As you can see this month, and this is definitely something that I was getting better at, especially during January and February, and I'm definitely creeping into bad habits again. So the food one, as you can see, is starting to kind of get a bit more and getting more than once a week, and I will explain this one in a second. But one of my danger zones, I suppose you'd call them, is popping to the shop for something, and I've spoken about this before. So for example, we seem to go through like a stupid amount of fruit. Where are we? This Asda one here is fruit and this Morrison's here is fruit, and I don't really have an answer to what to do about that. So these, especially now, so our boys both of them really like strawberries, blueberries and raspberries, and I've tried to where I've bought bigger packets and or maybe 2 packets, but they seem to go off quite quickly even in the fridge. And so even if I wanted to say buy 2 punnets of strawberries and 2 punnets of raspberries, which, you know, it's not a massive amount, it's probably what we go through in a week. By the time we've got to the second one, they're looking a bit like they're not as good. You know, there might be 1 or 2 that have gone mouldy, they're going a bit mushy. It's that kind of thing where I don't really know how to get around that other than pop into the shop more than once in a week, which then ruins my no spend days. So it's tricky. It is tricky, but you know, I'm not complaining about the fact they eat fruit. I'm not at all. I'm glad they like their fruit. It's much easier to get them to eat fruit than it is to get them to eat vegetables. It's just, you know, it's just something that when I fill this out and write this down, I can see that the food bit is kind of creeping in again. Because if I go back to the January no spend day tracker, which was really good, that was when we did our first no spend month of the year. I only kept it to 1 page, and the length of time in between spending is much bigger than it is now in March, and that's something that I need to work on again. The other thing, I don't know how closely you can read that, you will see here on so this was yesterday, we got a Domino's for tea. Now the reason for that is because obviously that would surely come under either takeaway or eating out. And we have neither of those categories in our budget, hence why it's under food. The reason why we got this is that my 4-year-old yesterday came home with a big badge on his school jumper saying that he was star of the week. And he got this for 2 reasons. So first of all, the first reason was he's got it for really good writing, which I'm pleased about. But secondly, and maybe more importantly, and it makes me feel really proud of him, he's got that for helping others when they fall over, and being kind to others, and that's why he's got that star of the week. And I'm so proud of him. He's made such a good transition to being in school that I asked him if he wanted to have a treat for tea, and of course being my 4-year-old, he just said he would like some pizza for tea and to watch a film. So that is what we did. We ordered a pizza and we watched a film together, and it was lovely. And I have absolutely no hesitations about doing that. I didn't even consider saying no, because that's not fair. I wanted to reward him with something that he wanted for doing so well. Like I said, he's got this little badge that says Star of the Week, and he's really proud of himself, which is lovely. But I'm really proud of him, especially for the being kind to others. I think that's a lovely thing to reward them for. You know, it's not all just about kind of reading, writing and whatever. It's about kind of creating a nice person as well, which hopefully we're doing. So, but that is, I mean, and I'd forgotten just how expensive Domino's are. I even found a 35% off code, and it still ended up being £28, which is insane. This is why we don't get takeaways very often, and this is why that's one of my no spend year rules, because they are so expensive. However, he really enjoyed it. He loved it. We even ate tea like on the sofa watching a film, because that's what he has to do as a little treat, and it was just lovely. And that's the kind of thing, you know, it's what it's all about really, isn't it? About creating memories and things. So it's not something we do very often. It's definitely not something that I intend to do very often during this year, but it was a reward for that. And obviously, because I put that in our food category, that has bumped up our food spend for this week and overall for the month so far. But again, I'm okay with that. So if I turn over, so these are just expense trackers that I've not used yet. I do think also I will definitely go onto the second page of the expense tracker this month, which is a bit annoying. Now this is when we're going to zoom in, and my camera never likes this, so I apologise while it thinks about it. So food this week, is that in focus? Yeah, so food this week, so I've spent £91.51. That does include that Domino's pizza, but also it's those little shops, the little ones where you pop out for something and it ends being more than you think, or even that, it doesn't seem like it's very much, so £5 or £6 is not a lot, but if you go kind of 2 or 3 times, you're adding on a lot to your weekly spend, which is what I've done here. In fact, well, I paid for the Domino's on my card, so I didn't even use my cash envelopes for that because it had already gone. So you know, that's when the system doesn't work. However, I've explained my reasonings for that. I'm more than happy with that. But it does only leave us with £110 left in the food budget, and we are just about halfway through March. Just. So doable, yeah, maybe. I'm going to try my best. However, if you follow me on Instagram, I posted earlier today about the fact that I want to kind of get some more things in the freezer maybe, because our freezer is really empty. It's always a balancing act between trying to stick to the budget that you set, but also kind of having enough in. And I'm getting reading the news and keeping up with all the things at the moment makes me feel slightly anxious that we haven't got as much in as normal, and therefore maybe I should stock up a bit on things that we potentially might need. But at the same time, I'm trying to not get caught up in the hype of everything. Like, I went to Morrison's yesterday and there were so many just empty shelves of stuff. It was mad. And this was like, what time did I go? I went about 6:30 in the evening, and it was just, first of all, it was really busy for, you know, and it's not normally. And second of all, there was loads of things, just empty shelves. And that makes you think, oh, maybe I should buy some stuff because everybody else is, and I don't want to kind of get caught up. So we'll see how the budget fares for the next couple of weeks. Petrol, again, didn't spend very much. I've still got £78 left in the budget for that. I'm not worried about that at all. Miscellaneous £21.70, so that leaves us with £45.77 left. Again, do I stock up on more things in that respect, like household things? It's a bit of a tricky situation, isn't it? definitely not going to be stocking up on ridiculous amounts of toilet roll, I can tell you that. Mainly because we don't have anywhere to put it. You know, if you're buying kind of, somebody was saying like they bought like 120 rolls of toilet paper, which is fine if you have somewhere to put all that, and we don't, so I'm not going to, as an example. And the last thing there is children. Didn't spend anything from the children's budget this week, so their budget is still £61.50 remaining. I do think I need to buy a couple of t-shirts for our youngest, but we'll see. He's kind of in that weird, annoying in between, like clothes size for them. So he's currently in 18 to 24 months, but some of them are kind of getting a bit small, but the 2 to 3, so the next size up, everything is absolutely ginormous. So it's kind of figuring out what will still fit him for a bit longer, because he's got loads of things that still fit him, but you know, and you think, but he can't, he's not big enough for 2 to 3, he's really not, so it's a bit of an awkward thing. But I might need to buy him a couple more t-shirts for that, but we'll see. But you know, that money's there for that. And that is our budget update for week 2. I'm okay with how that's looking so far. Nothing on the bill tracker, I don't use that particularly. Not made any extra income this month. Can you even see that? No, you can't. Let me just zoom back out. The extra income page is nothing on there. I've not got around to that, I never do. Well, actually I could fill some in. I put some money in savings a bit already, nowhere near the amount we need yet. I also need to have a think about maybe changing our strategy slightly in light of recent events. I don't know. Can you tell that I'm in a bit of a quandary about things at the moment? Because I definitely am. Maybe I shouldn't read the news quite so much. It's really difficult though, isn't it? Because you want to stay on top of everything that's happening, but at the same time it kind of, I don't know, feels a bit scary. But there you go. It's just, I don't know what to do. But we'll see. I'm trying to, you know, hopefully trying to stay positive, but it's, you know, when you're reading about things happening around the world and things that are kind of being shut down, and I saw that lovely video about Italy and all those people in those flats kind of singing together, and I thought that was lovely, but then they're also all stuck in those apartments just by themselves. Yeah, it's a weird scenario. And don't get me started on the stock market. Ugh. I'm just not looking. But anyway, that's that for the week 2 of March. Bit of a rambling one, but it's going okay. I feel okay with this. I'm hoping for more no spend days, but we'll keep plodding along. And like I said, if you want to download this budget planner, it is available on my blog, and I will leave a link below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you again very soon.